No, I don't want to go through all that, man. I don't want to do all that this time because the internet is already inundated with the XM4 videos, man. Everybody's telling the same story. I'm gonna do my thing, guys. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. This is New Stuff TV, and I'm your host, Antoine. Why in the hell these earbuds got to cost $300, Richardson? Hey, man, they're $279 on Amazon. That's how much I paid for them the other day. And let's just call it what it is. This is $300 earbuds, man. We're here now. We're at the $300 earbud game. And I'm gonna talk about them, but I'm not gonna do it like, like you've probably seen. I'm pretty sure this is not the first video you've seen about these earbuds. So we gonna do it a little bit different, and I'm just gonna tell you about my personal experience over the last, day or so. And I'm gonna keep it real candid with you guys, especially because of the price. When I do videos of, earbuds that cost like 50, 60 bucks, even up to like 120, I think that's a reasonable price to ask for something that, you could have some app support, some good sound, a couple of, vanity features and stuff like that, lifestyle features, and you're good to go. But when they start like doubling and tripling in that price, somebody told me some Bowers and Wilkins earbuds cost like $400. Man, that's just earbuds, dude. Earbuds. I know it's a lot of technology in there, but I'm gonna move on from the price because sometimes you actually do get what you pay for. And this is one of those cases. I don't like it, but this is one of those cases. Like I said, this video is gonna be a little bit different. I'm just gonna talk about my own experience. I'm not gonna, do all the fancy B-roll and, try to sell them to you and nothing. I'm just gonna tell you what's up. You get 3 choices of ear tips in here, and they are foam comply. I ended up having to move to the large ones because the medium and the small would not give me a proper seal. In the inside the app, you can actually test if you're getting a proper seal or not. And I could even feel it, man. I wasn't getting a proper seal unless I put the large ones in there. But I do believe that that's probably 30% of why these are better at noise cancellation than the XM3s is because of these dense ear tips right here. So I feel like, man, Sony, y'all talking about this new chip you've got, you know what I'm saying? Is it really the chip? Or is it these foam comply ear tips, man? I see what you did there, Sony. Since I've shown you the tips, let me show you the body, man. Look at the body compared to the older XM3. This is the XM3. This thing, I mean, from the front, you really can't, see how big it is, but then you get that profile, man, and it's like, ooh, it's like seeing that lady walking down the street, you know what I'm saying? But seriously though, man, this thing is actually very small compared to the older version, man, and they only 1 year apart. I actually like the design. I like the way they sit in the ears, and this little, oh, that's the wrong one. This little gold, ring right here just kind of sits in that pocket of the ear, and it just looks nice, man. I like the white ones or cream. They both look nice. They're not too radical. They don't call attention to your ears or nothing like that. I really like the design, man. And they got this big old touchpad on here where a lot of action happens on each earbud. All right, here is your app. You can see everything is charged up nicely. The case has quite a bit of battery in it as well. You can see the details there. And it has the adaptive sound control, which I really like. And it also comes in very handy because that means you don't have to toggle on the left earbud or the right earbud which one you want, or go into your phone and activate which one you want. It actually does it for you. I think Sony has probably the best implementation of this as I've tried in headphones and earbuds, to where they kind of just, the algorithm figures out what you're doing. Are you sitting there laying there reading a book, or you watching something, or you walking, or you running, or you on a train and it's loud? Sony figures out that situation very well, and I don't think many other companies do it better, if any at all. So that adaptive sound control right there, that is nice and clutch. So I mean, but if you want to go in here and kind of tweak how it's going to do it for you regardless, but you can kind of tweak how much of it you're getting. So that's nice as far as ambient sound, and you can do that while you're walking, or while you're running, or while you're in transit. I like the way Sony does it, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Now we get into what we're playing. I'm not playing any music right now, so we'll toggle over to the sound tab. Now on the sound tab, this is a lot like what you just saw as far as the customization and the automatic stuff, but you can do it manually here, and that's nice. You can always focus on voice and stuff like that. So you're getting a lot of what you would normally get inside of the XM3 or XM4 headphones. It's not exactly the same, but it is very, very similar to what you were going to see in the headphones. So if you own the headphones and are thinking about the earbuds, then this is what you're going to get. And it does use the same app, because I have to say that because I had a friend ask me last night, does it use the same app? Sometimes companies, between earbuds, headphones, and speakers, they use 3 different apps, and that is very annoying. So let's go down here a little bit. The speak to chat right here. Speak to chat works very, very well. There's like a 2-second, maybe 3-second delay when you when something like when any audible sound comes out of your mouth, it will cut off the music and you'll hear all kinds of changes, audible shifts in noise cancellation, ambient sound, and your music stopping, so you can have that conversation that you want to have. So if you're a singer and you're by yourself and you want to, you want to rock the mic, you got to turn this speak to chat off, or you're going to be singing a cappella, you know what I'm saying? So let's get in here a little bit. You can focus on the people's voices. You can have the sensitivity on automatic and let Sony do its job. Or you can have it on high sensitivity just in case it don't work very well. Or you can put it on low sensitivity. Maybe you grunt a lot, I don't know, and it's activating all the time. So you can put it on low sensitivity. Let's get out of there. Let's get into the equalizer. You do get quite a bit of stuff, man. You get it like 5 or 6 presets. You get bright, excited, mellow, relaxed. And then you get some ones that you can just customize, which is the manual and then custom 1 and custom 2. And what you can do is you can go into something like, I usually this is how I EQ all of my Sony stuff, man, because it all has pretty much the same sound signature. I'll put it on bright, and then I'll go into this little gear right here, and then I'll toggle that bass down. See, the bass is, actually the bass is toggled down already. So sometimes they put that extra bass on there. They'll kick it up to about 3 or so. I like to kick mine down to like 1 or -1 sometimes, because I like a bright sound signature with a lot of bass. And that takes me to sound, and then we'll get into the other stuff. These are very bassy, which is good because they're not muddy at all. The sound from the mids and the highs, everything blends well. It's a good Sony signature sound. I actually think it's a great representation of what you will get in their over-ear headphones as the XM3s and the XM4s. Great duplication inside of earbuds, and that's not always easy to do. So kudos to Sony for being able to pull that off and have this active noise cancellation and the ambient sound and all these other features as well. That's kind of clutch, man, that they're able to pull that signature Sony sound off. Everybody, who's had the XM3s, especially the XM4s, knows Sony can bring the bass. I don't think it's muddy, but I do turn it down quite a bit. I turn it down to like 1 or even 0 or -1 once I put it on bright. So as far as the sound goes, it's all subjective. I really, really like the Sony sound signature. Of course, you still have the choice to put the priority on sound and stable connection and stuff like that. Then you have your 360 audio setup. Once again, I've told you guys before, I don't use Deezer or Tidal anymore because honestly, man, I don't do the high res stuff. That's not that important to me. Yes, I know it's capable of doing it, but if that's something that's really important to you, you have those options there to be able to use it. You're gonna take pictures of your ears, it'll analyze your ears, and that'll work the way you want it to. But you do you, boo-boo. I don't need all that. Now, then you have the choice to toggle the DSEE Extreme on or off. I keep mine on and it's set to auto right now. Let's get into the system, and this is where I get to my quirks. So on the voice assistant, you get the choice of when you activate the voice assistant, whether it's going to be from the earbud or through your voice, because they do have the clutch feature that I love from the JBLs that I checked out a few days ago, where you can just say that, hey, G word, and it'll activate your assistant, Google Assistant, and then you can just start voicing off commands, even commands that are with your earbuds. So you can ask it to turn on the ANC, the ambient sound, or play a song or whatever, and you can literally control your earbuds from your voice. That is awesome. I love the way that works in here. Or you can have it directly from your phone, which is something that every other earbud I think has anyways, because your phone has a mic on it and it'll kind of just, from far field, it'll catch your voice. You can do Alexa or just choose not to use it. I got mine on. And let's go in here because this is where the quirks really start. So the touch sensors, okay? So on the left side, you have these choices. You can either use it for volume control, which is a tap, and a tap to raise the volume and a continuous press to lower the volume, which I really like. I like how that's pretty simple. Or you can have playback controls or not assigned to anything or ambient control. Let's go to ambient control, see what that is. So if you tap it, you can toggle your noise cancellation on or off. Or if you press and hold, you can have your quick attention, kind of like with the headphones, like you hold your hand right here and it just kind of, mutes everything and kicks in the ambient sound. You can talk to your friend and you take it off. It's this exact same feature, except now it's going to be on your earbud touchpad. I'm going to put this back on volume control because I don't use I don't need to toggle the ambient sound features because Sony's already doing it for me, as I explained in the beginning. Like, my ambient sound is on right now. Sony knows I'm just sitting here talking to you guys, so they've kicked in the ambient sound and I'm getting it pumped into both ear holes. Now let's move into the right earbud where I can show you the playback controls. You get to play and pause with a single tap, which I love. Double tap to skip forward, which makes sense. And then you triple tap to go backwards, which makes perfect sense. And then you press and hold to get your assistant. For me, it's working for my Google Assistant. Sometimes, depending on how long you hold this thing, it'll actually activate Bixby. And who uses Bixby? Like, Samsung, get rid of that. What I don't like is that you can't have it all at the same time, man. Like, I wish I could have, what if you don't want to use the adaptive sound control? What if you don't want to use that? You can't have your ambient sound controls on one and then volume and track controls at the same time. So you really can't have all of that at the same time. You really have to choose. So I had to sit here and think about what I wanted to use and how I wanted to use my earbuds. You really do have to do a little bit of critical thinking in that aspect because they do not give it all to you at the same time. And as far as the button controls, you only get the two pads right there. And there's only there's only so many taps and press and holds you can use. Now, as far as hot swapping, we figured out that if you're using Google Assistant, hot swapping is not going to work. You can use your right earbud by itself, okay? But your left one will not work. It's just done, okay? If you were using your Google Assistant, once again, if you were using your Google Assistant or your virtual assistant, hot swapping does not work. You cannot use each earbud independently. You can only use the right one. However, if you stop using your assistant, then you get the option to hot swap back and forth. And once again, I'm annoyed because come on, man. Like, what's so hard about that? What's going on in here, man? You got the special chip, you got bone conduction, all this other stuff in here. We can't have that, Sony, because I'm a little irritated by that. Now, when it comes to multi-connect, I have figured out a way to multi-connect. I will show you that in another video. But these earbuds they're not equipped with multi-connect, meaning you can't have these hooked up to your tablet or your TV and your phone at the same time to, do phone calls and listen to music on one device or the other. Now, for $300 on some earbuds, man, I think that's some bullshit. I think that, excuse me, if you are going to pay that much money and have all these other features inside of some earbuds, that is a major feature. I mean, a lot of people have asked for that feature. Sony, why haven't you done it? You've had 2 shots to do it. I don't see why it ain't here yet. You managed to do it in your headphones, so, tighten it up, Sony. So I was talking to my man, right? He calls me. I'm literally just pulling him out the box to get him all set up. I put him in my ears and I answer the phone. And I say, hey, man, I'm on my buds right now. He's like, ooh, me too. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm hearing his call quality and I'm thinking, all right, this is okay. This is definitely doable. It wasn't the clearest phone call. And, but it was definitely conversational and it wasn't getting on my nerves. And I mean, I could do it. The phone call quality was pretty good. And then I said, well, how do I sound? He said, dude, you are loud and clear. I said, cool. This is nice. So I don't know what you're hearing right now. I won't hear it until I edit this video. But then as we get into the conversation, I said, are you outside, man? He says, yeah. I said, okay. So it does sound kind of muffled, just a little bit, man. It's very conversational, but it sounds a little bit muffled. And I can tell when he stops speaking, like the noise canceling kicks in. I can't hear jack. It's just complete silence on his side. But then when he talks, I hear just a little bit of ambience, just a little bit, man. But what I did not know, because he told me later, he was in a factory. So he might as well have been outside. He was in a factory and he had all these fans going around him because it was hot in the warehouse. And it was loud in there, he said. I was like, you got to be kidding me. He said, I was loud and clear. I was in my house. It was quiet in my house. So right now you're getting the outdoor or the indoor effect from these earbuds. He told me that I sounded loud and clear. I told him that I didn't know he was in a factory. I mean, he said it was loud. But I couldn't hear all that noise. I would never have known had he not told me that. I would have thought, you know, maybe he was sitting on his back porch or something. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was in a factory surrounded by fans. So according to him, man, the phone call quality is great. As far as what I heard, it was fantastic. So that means you could literally be, you know, in a subway or something and, you know, or some high traffic area and have a conversation and the people won't even know where you're at. That's pretty cool, man. This is a luxury purchase in my opinion. So if you're thinking about spending this much money and you got it, go for it, man. It's a great set of earbuds. They're fantastic. At first I was indifferent and I didn't know how to feel about them because they lack a couple of features or they don't do a couple of features like I would have wanted. So I was indifferent because of the price range versus what I want. You know what I'm saying? So in some ways I still don't know how to feel. So yeah, man, this is a tough one. I'm not recommending you get them or not. I'm just saying, think about it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other, you know, options out there. You know, there's a lot of Soundcore options and a lot of other options that are like a third of the price. You know what I'm saying? So, and you get a lot of, you know, features with those products as well. However, Sony's throwing everything but the kitchen sink in here, but they left out a couple of the knobs, you know, from the kitchen sink because there's some couple of things I don't like the hot swapping, man. So for, you know, for 300 bucks, I kind of need that. And multi-connect. What the frick, Sony? Anyways, man, that's all I'm gonna tell you, man. That's how I'm doing this video. Either way, y'all keep being good to each other and I'll see you when I see you. Whoa. Let me get this straight. You sat through this whole video, the whole thing, and never once decided to hit the subscribe button or the like button? Man, it'd be the ones closest to you. I'll see how you are.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?